All right. So, first, let's talk of the year. And this is actually a very big one. This is something we've been waiting for. I have made posts over on the user voice section of the Twitch forums thing. I have made plenty of videos talking about this. And in all honesty, I haven't been streaming on Twitch for the last roughly about a month, maybe a little bit more than a month. A little bit more than a month, just because of the fact that every time I go live on the Twitch platform, it's just if you're on mobile or if you're on low bandwidth internet, you can't watch the streams. And if I lower down my stream quality, then the recording quality in OBS, because you can't split the two, it drops that down. So it was just this crossroads of like, it's Twitch was changing and has been changing as a platform. We'll get into that also, but just between Twitch kind of the Twitch culture changing, and then also it's been getting away from gaming, and I'm starting to see this year, so far in the year of 2024, it is starting to kind of get back to gaming, but the numbers are so much lower compared to everything that is like either an event or just chatting or all that stuff. So again, I've made plenty of videos talked about it on streams and everything else. So basically, I've been streaming for the last month kind of exclusively on YouTube, but these changes that Twitch that they're working on, that they're bringing in, this is pretty impressive. So, enhanced broadcasting beta. Now, I would love to get in on this. In all honesty, if I get in on this broadcasting beta, I will definitely fire up the live stream over on Twitch, and I'll probably only be doing again. I am part-time streamer now. I'm not really streaming full time anymore. Meaning like once one time or one stream every single day of the week. I am doing like maybe twice a week, if that. So I'd like to try and keep getting into like a two times a week broadcast at some point this year. But yeah, it's just YouTube has been more of the platform that everybody's been responding to, and it's just been growing and growing and growing. So again, it's not that I don't like Twitch. I still rock my Twitch gear and everything. It's the fact of the matter that both the culture changing, the numbers being very low on gaming stuff, and that's what I do. I stream gaming stuff. I wouldn't mind doing some music stuff also. If you know, Warwolf Music is a channel I want to be bringing back over on YouTube, but I'd also like to bring Warwolf Music into Twitch again. So, and Twitch is the only platform. Before we get into all of this stuff, Twitch is the only platform still now that music is it's they go, hey, you shouldn't be using copyrighted music, but they don't do anything against it so much. You just get your VOD, basically your replay of the stream will automatically be put privates, and then also they'll mute certain parts of the VOD. So there's way more freedom there over on Twitch to be able to do stuff. And that's what I've always loved about Twitch. We can get away with making the show that we want to make, where YouTube is like, it's censorship hell. It's there is, if you do anything music wise, DMCA strikes, real quick and easy on that stuff. So, and if you get, 3 strikes, your channel can get terminated and all that. So there's just so much more rule sets, happening over on YouTube. But Twitch is kind of, it's been kind of the Wild West for the last like 4 months roughly. So with these changes though, what I'd be very curious to see is if the culture shifts back into gaming, because now we're going to be able to do full on high quality broadcasts and multiple encoders and everything. So let's read through this real quick. This is from January 8th. So if you're a streamer on Twitch, you've probably heard about transcodes. Now, transcodes, this cool word right here of transcodes. Let me bring it over to this screen. So what this means is you can stream in multiple different resolutions. So you can push out to your stream 480p, you can do 720, 1080, and I think they're going to be working on something like a 4K or a 1440p, something like that. But that's probably just going to be partners. Now, actually, let's keep going. So if you haven't allowed me to try and give a simple example of what they are and why you should care. Transcodes refer to the process of converting your video in different resolutions so that Twitch can adapt a viewer's experience depending on their bandwidth. And again, this is super huge game changer when it comes to Twitch, because again, unless you are an affiliate, you had no, and this is one of the things I've been harping on for the last like almost year or so, when it comes to Twitch, is like they are not giving, for the last 5 6 years we've had, every time there's a new feature, they push it out first to affiliates and partners. Affiliates and partners test the feature, and then everybody gets it on the website, because you're trying to grow the overall the website, and there is way more people that are not affiliates versus who are. And ever since the new guard of everyone that owns and runs Twitch has come in, it's been just them focusing on affiliates and partners. So this is the first step of them being like, okay, we're going to give these features to everyone now, which is just a smart money business move to make, because then you're going to bring in more people that can actually live stream to an audience, instead of just, kind of screwing over everyone and being like, well, you didn't suffer through with bad quality content until you reach the affiliate mark, and now we're going to let you have the high quality settings again. Now, granted, it's an RNG system on whether or not you can actually have your transcode settings, because some people will probably be sitting there like, well, I have them and I'm not affiliate. Yes, you can have transcoding, but it's not guaranteed. It's literally a roll of the dice whether or not you have those options or not, because if you notice, you'll have them for like a week, and then all of a sudden, or you'll be lucky if you get them for a week, I should say, and then all of a sudden that next stream you only have source, you have auto and source. And when it's doing that is, so if you're streaming 1080/60, that's the transcoding that you're streaming in. If anybody has a lower bandwidth or is on mobile, it's buffering. It'll just sit there and buffer and buffer and buffer, so they can't watch your stream at that point. Something to very much keep an eye out. That's the reason why, again, I moved from Twitch over to YouTube, but I would have no problem coming back and multi-streaming over on Twitch. I still love everything. I love the history that we've all built up on the platform. I have a bunch of followers on the platform. I haven't been live on the platform in a month. I haven't lost any followers, funny enough. But again, it's just like, if you're checking out something like the Game Awards or something like that, like I have so many DMCA notices from streaming the Game Awards. It's ridiculous. Off from game trailers, off from music that are in the game trailers. Twitch never has had that problem. Still does not have that problem. If I stream over on YouTube, though, it is just notifications left and right being like, this song. It's like, it's like an award show. It's an event thing where there is going to be trailers. You're going to have music in the trailers. What am I supposed to do? Mute all audio? That's what they want you to do over on YouTube. That's really dumb. So this is the reason why I still would love to see Twitch bring it back to gaming. Anyways, so transcodes refer to the process of converting your video into different resolutions. Having multiple transcodes is critical to ensuring all your viewers have a buffer-free experience when tuning into your stream, regardless of their network connection. Again, that is super just like top priority when it comes to streaming, is making sure that people can actually tune in and watch. There are 3 key factors in creating transcodes: the codecs, or the codec, the technology that you use to store and stream the video. I like how they're saying like, i.e. the technology, which is like absolutely, well, it's the software technology, which is, I would add the software, that little word in there, because then it's like, well, technology, you mean if I have a bigger streaming rig with bigger hardware, I can get a better? No, not at all. It's like you can have a mid-range PC as your streaming rig, and you can get away with doing, easy 1080/60. It's just you have to have the internet bandwidth also. It's a lot of software side. I would argue streaming is almost more software side than it is hardware side, because you can there's a reason why consoles can get away with streaming in 1080/60 and not really have that big, that hard of a time doing it, while it's also playing a game and recording and everything else in the background. It doesn't take a lot to stream. It just takes a lot of bandwidth, and like consistent bandwidth, I should say, with low latency, so you're not dropping packets. Because every time you drop packets, that's the reason why you have pixelation happening in streams too. So let's see here. Technology that you're using to store and stream the video, the time taken when generating the transcode, and the processing power of the computer you are using when generating the transcode. Ultimately, these 3 factors determine the video quality that you receive for a given number of bits to store the video. So if you have a more powerful processor, you can create more compact presentation of the video in the same amount of time. Similarly, if you have a more modern codec to represent the video amount of time. Similarly, if you have a more modern codec to represent the video, you can get improved video quality for the same number of bits. So what they're really mean by bits is it's data packets. So you have so much information that gets stored in a data packet, it gets shot out to the Twitch servers, and that ends up on your screen. And it does it like it's in milliseconds that it's doing all this. It's millions of these data packets going back and forth. If there's some information that doesn't get put into a data packet and sent, then that is a lost frame or two. That's also a lost audio or something. Then you have a skip that happens. That's when your buffer starts happening. It's because the packets are not constantly being sent from your rig to the servers to somebody's video, because the servers are just spitting the video quality out like that. Let's see here. Basically the data packets create the pixels that are shown on the screen. Basically, that's the gist of it. Twitch offers transcodes to all streamers, but historically we've only been able to guarantee them to partners. Today, oh, that's right. Affiliates didn't even have the guarantee, but it was like you had a higher percent chance roll of the dice, basically, of whether or not you're going to get transcode. It was ridiculous. It really is ridiculous when other websites, literally every other website, has all those features. On YouTube, that's actually the reason why I went back to YouTube to start streaming, and I really have not. In all honesty, I don't really like streaming on YouTube because there is so much restrictions and rules and everything. Unless you are just somebody who is like a Dr. Disrespect or something, who or somebody in that kind of thing where there is some swearing and stuff, but he's basically playing the same few games, like the same handful of games that are just online multiplayer games every single day for hours on end. So if you are a variety streamer and you play multiple different genres, multiple different titles, and there's either music on a radio in a game, or there is even something like a Fortnite could probably get flagged also, but they're so small clips of music. That's why Fortnite can get away with it. This is the reason why, if you have a song or whatever, they usually keep it down to like 30-second clips so it doesn't get flagged. Smart on Epic's part. So if we go back over here, so let's see here. Today, all of our transcoding occurs in the cloud on Twitch servers. In addition, we are often creating these transcodes using older processors acquired several years ago. Yeah, so they haven't really. And this is the thing where it's like it comes back to the whole, like, oh, partners want more of their pay. Oh my God, it's a 50-50 split. Oh my God, it's a 70-30 split. Oh my God, Kick gives you 90 something. It's like, if you want better servers, if you want the better technology, you're going to have to let them have the funding to do it. And this is what I was talking about. I think it was like earlier last year or something like that. It was months ago. I remember making the video of like, here's the reason why this way of thinking does not work in the business structure of this, because you need to have a percentage of the money that you're making on the platform to go back into the platform, so they can end up, paying for upgrades for the platform. If you don't pay employees to make new software, there's not going to be software made. If they can't get enough money from the streamers that are essentially building the platform, if you don't have enough revenue coming from those streamers that are running the ads on the platform to go back into to upgrading equipment of servers and such, we are never going to get the upgraded server capacity, the upgraded processors needed to run all this stuff. That's the reason why I was so against that way of thinking. It's like, well, of course they're going to want to take a percentage of what you're making because you need to run the platform. So let's see here. In addition, we are often creating a transcode UWD. Okay, transcoding can be expensive, and given the number of streams Twitch supports on a daily basis, which is like millions, we cannot always guarantee transcodes for all streamers. Given that we are a live service, we need to create these transcodes quickly to limit any latency in the stream. While a transcode may not be needed for viewers with a high bandwidth internet connection, transcodes can be critical for providing a high quality for mobile devices and limited bandwidth. Again, what I was already talking about earlier. For both big streamers, small streamers, transcodes matter a lot to their viewers, and we have always wanted to be able to provide transcodes to 100% of our streamers. That's why I'm excited to announce. This is by Dan Clancy, by the way. I'm excited to announce that we've worked with NVIDIA and OBS to add enhanced broadcasting to OBS. There is a link. We're going to click on the link. Okay, so this is the NVIDIA video that they showed off, basically showcasing like what exactly is going to be. I think I can play this video with the audio. Yes, there we go. So Twitch Enhanced Broadcasting powered by RTX.
Today, streamers face a difficult decision. Stream the best quality, high bandwidth video, but lose viewers on low internet speeds due to stuttering and buffering, or stream at a lower bandwidth, compromising video quality to send an uninterrupted stream.
So, this is the reason why I always run the stream on a phone running on 5G. Is it 5G we're up to? Yeah, on a mobile phone connection to see is the stream actually working. That's the reason why I caught it in the first place. I'm like, oh, my phone, the stream on the phone is not running proper. Can I fix this? And then when I tried to fix it, all I could literally the only option I had was to drop the quality of my stream down, which was, I mean, I need the high quality recording of the stream to put up onto YouTube to make shorts of it, to make this and that and the other thing. So to me, it was like, that's not going to work. That's not good. Let's see if I can do this without.
And an uninterrupted stream. Twitch, OBS, and NVIDIA have partnered to bring you a solution. Introducing the Twitch Enhanced Broadcasting Beta. With Enhanced Broadcasting,
like
your RTX-powered PC transmits multiple streams to Twitch at different resolutions.
Okay, so again, this is absolutely great to see. So if somebody is on a mobile phone and all their connection can handle is a 480p 30 FPS connection, maybe a 720 30. It really depends on your carrier, and this is the thing. Like every single company does something different, like Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, all those different companies that have your data plans, they all have different amounts of bandwidth that they are actually allowing your phone to have. They all say it's running on 5G, but what does that actually mean? If you do a speed test on it, it's going to come out really good, but what's the latency on that speed test? Because the latency is where your buffering starts to happen. If you go on YouTube and you load up a video, you'll notice that this gray bar right here, that's your buffer to make sure that the video doesn't stutter as it's going. It is essentially storing this in the RAM of your phone or your computer or anything, and then this is what the transcode is. That the red bar is literally what is transcoded, and that's where you're seeking through that. That's the reason why if you touch the red bar, you move it at all. Oh, I guess yeah, you'd have to go forward to where outside of the gray area, but you'll see that the gray area goes whoop, and it starts. It's because it's transcoding the video as you're streaming it onto your computer, and because it's not a live video, it can buffer that way quicker because the data is already there, it's already present, it's not being made on the fly. So yes, 1080p 60, 1440p 60, 4K 60. So as far as this is brand new territory right here, 1440p and 4K 60. Now, YouTube has had this. On Twitch, it's brand new territory, which means everybody's streaming rigs are going to have to get one hell of an upgrade to start hitting the 1440p and 4K marks at 60 FPS. Which also means probably everybody's going to start doing a wave of upgrades for their capture cards. So if you're looking at getting into streaming and doing capture card, like a separate... My biggest recommendation when it comes to streaming and doing all this stuff is have two separate things. One thing that you're playing the game on, one thing that you are like your work rig and whatever you're playing your game on. So if you have a PlayStation, have a computer that is dedicated to streaming and all that, streaming or video editing and processing and all that. If you're doing PC gaming, do not stream off the same game that you're gaming on. Even your top end technology, you're just going to have a lot of stuff going on in the computer, and you're going to have to bring down the settings in the game to let OBS do its thing. So two separate computers one that's like a mid-range computer, one that's a high-end computer, game on the high end, stream on the mid-range, you should be all set there also. And if you're asked if you want to know like, well, what's a mid-range PC, anything that's like a 2060, like an RTX 2060, with I would say like a 13th gen processor in it, that's a mid-range nowadays. In this current, as of recording of this video right now, that's pretty much a mid-range, and that right there will allow you to stream pretty much 1080 no problem. 1440 and 4K, that's going to be probably a little bit more of a stretch. With a 2060, you might need to get up to the 3060 or 3050, 3060, 3070 range. Anything that's like, let's say, I guess actually the better way of putting it would be 3050, 70, 80. So a 3050, a 3070, a 3080 would be probably like your best cards to look at when it comes to doing all this stuff. And really go with an RTX card, because that has all your AI stuff. That's the reason why Twitch is partnering with NVIDIA, because NVIDIA is like top end for all this AI tech that you can use. Like I don't have a green screen. This is AI making the background remove right now. That's the reason why it flickers and everything, because it's new. It's a newer tech. It's an AI thing. Hopefully it's going to get better as we go on. I find it's just so much quicker and simpler to set this up, where I can move my arms and everything out to get a little bit of the background. There's I have a blue wall behind me, so you see the blue outline. That's fine in my book. If I had a green screen behind me, it would take me 10 times longer to like dial in where the green screen and the actual video is, and then you also have the green fade in the background, because I don't have a ton of lights coming in and everything. That's the reason why I get a lot of flicker in here, because I really should be running it with more lights. I like to have a little bit of a dimmer setup. So, yeah, it's like what they're showing here is a great upgrade.
In quality.
It really is a game changer. Everybody keeps saying that.
Experience
like,
for their
it's a game changer. It really
Viewers
is.
with fast internet speeds can watch higher quality.
Okay, so let's just get back to over here. So enhanced broadcasting provides two critical capabilities to streamers. First, it will create multiple encodings of your stream using dedicated encoder resources in your GPU, which means that you're going to need a bigger GPU to do this with. But if you have something like a RTX 30 series, I'm pretty sure we should be good. I'm going to be testing it, because that's pretty much what I'm running the stream off, or when I'm running all my streams, and that's my work rig is it's a 3050 RTX 3050. So having multiple encodes allows video encoding to occur on your stream device at multiple resolutions. Second, the capability will provide an automatic configuration option for OBS that will optimize your settings based upon the processing power of your computer and your upload bandwidth. Now, that's another huge one, because it's going to put a lot of people out of business of making these tutorial videos on YouTube of like, what is the best setup, what is the best settings, and all that stuff. But it's going to save everyone in the long run so much more time. And also, if you think you have your setup done perfectly, I would test drive this auto settings, because who knows what your computer's, the stat sheet that your computer is getting to automatically set this might work really well. It might not, but it's good just to give it a try. I would say probably when it first comes out, there's going to be some like, you'd probably want to do some tweaks when it first comes out. If I can automatically do this to where it sets everything up and then tweak it as where I see that I need to tweak for my computer setup, like if there's something in there that I'm just like, I'd rather this be on this setting, that'd be super cool. So automatic configuration relieves the burden on you of setting up OBS the right way. No need for trial and error offline with bitrate and other technical settings, which is, again, that is like, instead of having all this, something went wrong, now I got to drop the stream and all that stuff, you can literally just do it for you. That's awesome if it works right. So once enabled, feel confident you've got the right settings. Join the closed beta. This Twitch-specific beta version of OBS is ready to test. We are working with the OBS team and hope to get these updates included in their next mainline release. That's very cool. So, the first big major update for OBS is going to have all this stuff built into it. It sounds like. That will be very interesting to see when that is. In the meantime, if you're interested in helping us test these features out, head to the streaming tools page in your Creator Dashboard, sign up for the beta, which I have. If I can get into that beta, then I will be live streaming on Twitch again. If not, then I'll wait. I will probably hold off on streaming on Twitch until OBS gets their major updates, and then we'll see. Because I don't. There's no reason for me to push my hardware if the transcoding is not there to work. So yeah. To be clear, we will continue to provide transcodes from our servers as needed. Participating in this beta allows you to be among the first streamers to try this new technology while benefiting from improved stream quality and extended reach. Now, the problem, again, my biggest, actually, let's read the rest of this. I have so many thoughts going on. Thought train is rolling. In addition to giving streamers more control, this beta paves the way for future improvements such as new codec supports. That's awesome. And experimental HVAC and AV1. AV1 is the next generation of video encoding technology, 40% more effective than AVC standard, and it will still improve quality and reduce bandwidth. Yes, because it can do more. It's just a better codec to render the video packets with in just a smaller size. It's almost like if you go in and you do I do believe a PNG file of an image file is a bigger file than a JPEG. I do believe don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure it's that type of, there's also, music files too. Like MP3 is a pretty small file size versus a, what the hell is it? The lossless version of it, which is going to be like a gig, so that's really awesome that they're bringing that technology into there too. As NVIDIA announced today at CES, yes, this is from a couple days ago, we are also working together to bring AV1 to Twitch. So AV1 bring over on the Twitch. That is, again, that's a major update, something we've been waiting for years. Twitch has had that already, or sorry, YouTube has had that already, but and YouTube, it works super well. But the thing with YouTube recently, and this is where I have to call YouTube out on their shenanigans here, unless you subscribe to like YouTube Premium, I think it's called now. It used to be YouTube Red. Now it's like YouTube, their YouTube subscription thingy. Unless you do that, you can't get the full bit rate of the high quality anymore. There's a lot of channels I've been noticing, a handful of channels, I should say. But a lot of channels over on the YouTube side of things, it will hold back the bit rate. So like on my channel, I have noticed the bit rate on my videos is held back. It's compressed and everything else. If you watch my videos on a bigger screen, it makes the video look softer than the sharp image that it is supposed to be looking like. That's something that is out of my control, but that is a YouTube thing. On the live streaming side of things, AV1 is basically what you're running on, I do believe, on YouTube. And yeah, it looks very sharp. You can do multiple transcoding options. Anybody can come through and watch my stream over on YouTube. I get 3 times the amount of viewers on YouTube than I do on Twitch because of that fact, I'm pretty sure. The other thing too is Twitch has had a lot of bots. And I think that's one of the reasons why we've seen so many bots is because of the fact that the culture has changed. It is, incentivizing, doing shady stuff to get your follower count up, to get your viewer count up, to try and make affiliate. In part of that, I think, is partly because of all this, transcoding issues of, nobody can watch my stream. Well, I have to go through this process of, not organic growth to. And plus, it's also a shortcut, so everybody wants to use it too. And that's where the culture in Twitch used to be different. Of like everybody worked their ass off to get to a certain point, to be so proud of their channel, to be so proud of their community, to be so proud of everything that they built. And that pride is just not there anymore for a majority of streamers. There is a lot of streamers that are still like, yes, I can't believe we actually did this. I have a live show. I'm doing the thing online. But then there's a lot, the ones that get the most viewership, and again, this goes back to the culture of Twitch, is like the ones that are just taking shortcuts. They don't care. They're kind of assholes because of that. And it's really just thrown the feel of Twitch off for a lot of us that started, back when Twitch was still an up and coming website. Let's see here. At this point, this capability is exclusively available with NVIDIA GeForce RTX 40 series GPUs and powered by the OBS Studio features described here. Well, that's not cool. Okay, so yes. Oh, that's the reason why. Yes, that makes sense. Because the 40 series is the first graphics cards that can actually run AV1 encoding. So if you don't have a 40 series graphics card, now this is the thing. So if you're holding on to your old graphics cards, it might be like this next year or two might actually be a very, very lucrative thing for if you want to actually see high quality stuff online, to upgrade your graphics card up to a 40 series, 40 plus basically. So, and again, yes, it is an expensive thing, but if you are trying to stream, or if you're trying to watch streams all the time, like if that is your TV, basically, that's the big thing that everybody keeps saying is like YouTube and Twitch are the TV, is the new it's the new generation of television, basically. If you are doing it, it might actually be worth upgrading, just because if you're watching hours and hours and hours of Twitch streaming, plus also YouTube, if you're watching a lot of YouTube videos, it's kind of a worthwhile upgrade to go up past that 40 series that has AV1 encoding built into, next to the AI stuff and everything else as in the NVIDIA graphics cards. So let's see here. Finally, as steering committee members of the Vera software organization, we are bring it back over here. We are driving industry collaboration to make enhanced RTMP multi-track features specific. So multi-track feature is something I also use all the time, which means that I can separate my vocals from the game audio, and then I also have a third track in there, which is everything mixed into one. So if I'm streaming and say my microphone is totally washed out by the game audio, when I go, and this is something everybody should actually look into setting up, is multi-track recording, audio recording in OBS. It's a lifesaver, especially if there is like somebody on your comms in the background, your party chat is, saying some stuff you don't want in your video. You can literally just cut everybody's, vocals out, or the comms out of the video. A game-changing lifesaver. All those words rolled up into one with that option and feature. Check out YouTube videos for that. Maybe I'll make a tutorial or two. How I have everything set up in OBS, because I have 3 different setups in OBS: one for music, one for talk shows, and one for recording wise. And I tell you, multi-track recording. It's, again, if you are doing, especially if you're doing stuff for like shorts and everything else, it's so good to have multi-track recording. So you can do leveling on all the audio. So if you want to add in sound effects or anything else, and you want to like cut your, voice audio out, you can do that with multi-track. So yeah, just the reason why I'm like awesome all the way on every front with this is because this is something we have all been waiting for so long. And again, it's not that I don't like Twitch. I love Twitch. I've been on it for hours and hours and tens of hours. I've streamed for years. I've been around the Twitch website and the community of Twitch and everything. I've built up my own channel and everything. So yeah, this is again, Twitch always has felt like home. The last 4 to 6 months have not, because again, if you're a variety streamer, nobody cares. If you have to stream like one type of genre, one type of game, or it's just everybody's just like, I saw this and I liked what you were doing over here, but I don't like this next game that you're playing or whatever. And again, that's variety streamer thing. But also, like I said, the music capability that we have over on Twitch of just being able to stream without DMCA notices nonstop and all that. So yeah, this is it's such a welcome addition, welcome upgrade to the website, to all the video players and everything. It's great. So if you're thinking about getting into streaming, it's going to be a very good time over the next probably 6 months to the next year, really, to see, this is going to be a very big upgrade year. And then probably next year is when they're going to come out with some new features, because probably about every 4 years, I would say, they have a big upgrade year. where it's like all of a sudden the whole website gets an overhaul and it's like, cool, now we have all these new features and all this new stuff that we can work with. The last time was like, the was it donation train, subtrain, hype train. It's the hype train, and it was the animated emotes and stuff like that that you could really get the crowd going, the chat crowd going with that. So this one again, just being able to have this, and I cannot stress this enough. I really hope that this sets a precedent for Twitch of, giving the new features to everyone. Don't just beta test with partners and affiliates and then just leave it in that crowd. Actually just push it to everyone, push it site wide. And I get, it costs a lot. Well, you set the prices of how much people get paid. We're going to lose streamers. For every one streamer that gives up on Twitch's platform because of a paycheck, there's going to be 10 others that follow suit. I've said this before and I will say it again and again and again. Twitch really has to not be afraid of people leaving the platform. Sure, they are the talents, and this is the platform. The platform needs the talents more than the talent needs the platform, absolutely. But there also needs to be, the talent also needs to help build the platform and not just be very stuck up about that. If you don't, even your own platform, your own community, your own stream is going to suffer in the long run. So, anyways, yeah. Again, great stuff. So if you liked anything in this video, to remember, hit that subscribe button because we're going to try and break by I'm hoping in the first few months of this new year, hopefully break the 500 subs mark, and then we're going to keep on trucking up through the sub counts. Outside of that, likes and all that stuff is definitely, it helps, and share the video around. So Twitch, we might be making a comeback here in the nearest future on Twitch, of like just multi-streaming to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So it could be very cool. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, I will see ya next time.